You know, in the last 2 weeks, I've sent 2 emails to Deborah. She still hasn't contacted me. Maybe she's too busy at work. Maybe I should call her at home. Oh, she's not there? She's at work? Okay. Well, just tell her Sean called. Yeah, bye. Ooh, Paul, her husband. He's not happy. And hello. Welcome back. Now, I know I said that I was going to continue on with my story, but I just want to take a little break and before I do that and kind of explain what you've seen the last couple of weeks. A lot of it was true. It was kind of a reenactment of what you will face if you're new to this whole situation. See, every once in a while, it appears they open the door and pass a note through. Looks like they're trying to open communication. But then you find out they didn't really open the door, they slid it under. They don't want to talk to you. And actually, I can understand why Deborah doesn't contact me, because she faces losing her job. And I'll explain that later. See, this is nothing more than legalized embezzlement. It's a crime in itself. In the private sector, this would never happen. Let me give you a little short history of how the whole situation started. Not mine. That's already there in the beginning. I'm talking about how they collect money. See, originally there were a few fathers who weren't paying child support. So the outcry came to the government to help these mothers who were raising children without financial means. So they had to create a company, because if you think about it, the government is made up of all these little companies. And their job is to make money for the government. And believe it or not, these types of companies, the support companies, they're one of the biggest money makers for the government. And but the original plan was for them to go out to the fathers, get the money, give it to the mothers. But they found they had a problem with that. See, they couldn't get find the fathers, and they couldn't get the money from the fathers. So what they did is they went out and borrowed money at a low interest rate, and then started charging the fathers at a high interest rate. And a lot of times, a lot of these fathers don't even know it's happening until it's too late. They like to hide it for about 4, 5, 6, sometimes 10 years, and then spring it on them. So they're making money charging interest. I don't know what my interest is, because they don't, like I said, really don't send me any information about this, but I think it's somewhere 19, 21%. Now, on top of that, they get federal subsidies for every father they go after. So think about this. Say you're living on a farm way out in nowhere, out in the boondocks, a place I'd love to be. But you have no problems with these people, these child support departments in your state or your city or county. But believe it or not, you do, because the money you're paying in federal taxes are actually going to pay this. So basically everybody is affected by this. So not only are they collecting high interest rates, but they're also getting money from the federal government to do their job, which they're supposed to be paid for. You go figure it. And it's never going to change. That's just the way it is. It's too big. You know, it's like the financial or the car dealerships or car companies. They're too big to fail. Because if you yanked all the money out of these companies, these support companies, or you change the way they did it, the cities will go even more broke than they are. Now, as I promised, I will get back to my story, but I just wanted to give you guys a little update of what's going on and what you've just seen. I know some of it I got kind of crazy, but you know, this stuff just really makes you mad. It'll drive you crazy, as it's done me. So I'll be back next week. Now, I mentioned earlier about the representatives like Deborah Herrera. If they contact us, she'll lose her job. And that's because some of you, if you've seen all the videos, you know about this. It's a lady named Carol Rhodes. I showed I had an attachment in the first video to the video about her. I'm going to do it again at the end of this one, because you got to hear the whole story. This is a very important video. This is somebody who worked in the system and quit because she saw how unfair it was. But with that, I leave you, and I'll see you in the next video when we get back to our story.